The following tag team contest is a no disqualification, no countout, falls count anywhere match. It is scheduled for one fall. In this contest, there is no disqualifications or no countouts. The match can only end by a pinfall or submission.
It is a great achievement in fulfilling satisfaction when a plan comes together. And at Fright Night 2011, not only did we celebrate our own blood feast, you gained a temporary reprieve with your so-called victory in War Games, Urban Assault Squad, and Chemo. But the real winners were shown after the bout, when the dust had settled and Chemo was carted away in an ambulance with a broken tailbone and partial paralysis. And I hope that you're paying attention, Chemo, on your hospital bed, because you're never coming back to step foot in this ring, and you'll be lucky if you walk again. But that brings me to the Urban Assault Squad. How did it feel, Shadow and Nemesis, as you were helpless, handcuffed to that steel cage, watching your partner be dismantled? Let me tell you something. The Urban Assault Squad is like some pathetic, washed-up rock and roll band that still goes out on stage and tries to eke out a few greatest hits. But let me tell you, Shadow, we know your Achilles heel and have exploited it many times. Your partner, you can't even trust him. So if you really want to take on the Hate JunKies, a team who has never been defeated in a Falls Count Anywhere match, then it is your own funeral. Commence with the sacrifice.
Currently in the ring with the Reverend Dan Wilson at a total combined weight of 455 pounds, the human hand grenade Dany only, and Stryknyn, the Hate JunKies. Their opponents at a total combined.
Not even waiting, the match is underway. Falls count anywhere, no disqualification. The Urban Assault Squad and the Hate JunKies. As you heard the Reverend Dan Wilson say, the Hate JunKies have never lost a Falls count anywhere match. And they weren't about to start today as they were getting the early leg up on the Urban Assault Squad.
Wait a second. Reverend Dan Wilson right up here. No, thank you. I don't know if that was the last victim or not, but happened to Staff of Righteousness. Oh, right up here by us. Well, at least the head anyway. I ain't touching that thing. I need gloves. Well, I tell you what, there's action, chaos going everywhere. That's one thing I at least can say. When it was the War Games, it was at least inside a cage. Right now, there is no cage. And wait, Nemesis is right too close for comfort to me. Oh, you kidding me? God. Oh, the whole broadcast table just moved.
Right into my sternum, too. Ow.
Woo. Wait a second, is he gonna slingshot him into my lap?
Oh.
Are you insane? Oh my gosh.
Oh. Well, I've been hit up here many a times. I don't know how much more this thing can stand.
Well, if you're sitting up here, at least it has to be reinforced to some degree. I'm a little concerned from Nemesis and Stryknyn way too close to me. We're going to do the best that we can to call this. We've got cameras throughout the Church of Southern Wrestling right here, the Anarchy Arena. Holy cow, Nemesis goes for the ride over the barricade.
And now all four men are on the other side of the barricade. Stryknyn's got Nemesis down over here, and Shadow is coming over to aid his partner. Dan Wilson was there. And now bringing Stryknyn back over.
The hard way, no less. Wait a second, Dany Only's got a chair. Oh, right across the back of Shadow Jackson. And then he just hits Nemesis as well. I was worried about my safety. What about the safety of our fans here in the Anarchy Arena?
They're okay. They got enough dirt on them to protect them.
I tell you what, you mentioned that the Hate JunKies haven't lost, nor am I surprised. This is right up their alley. And when I say alley, anyone hailing from Scum City, the likes of the Hate JunKies, this is perfect for them.
And right now,
head first goes Stryknyn right into the chair held by one of our fans as the howls and screams come from Shadow Jackson. Wait a second.
Dany Only right over there onto Shadow Jackson. Nemesis has found his way back over, but it's met by Stryknyn. Like we said, this is a falls count anywhere. You're not going to see a lot of action taking place in the ring. As Nemesis, I think that's Stryknyn, he just threw up and over. Yeah, that is Stryknyn. They're fighting.
Wow, they're almost over by our wow, where you come to the entrance way, the ticket taker. Maybe he didn't get a ticket and he wants to make sure he paid. Wow, he's up at the top of the bleachers. Nemesis and Stryknyn.
The kids are scurrying all over.
I would
back
too
here
if
in
I
the ring.
saw Stryknyn.
Now here's the thing, we got both referees up there with Stryknyn and Stryknyn and Nemesis.
And right now
so we've got Shadow Jackson and Dany Only in the ring. If a pinfall was to occur in the ring right now, we don't have an official to count it.
Excellent point. Definitely made. Reverend Dan Wilson a little closer here to the ring. And you're absolutely right. All the officials' attention on the outside, trying to keep the safety here of our fans at the Anarchy Arena. Now, D. Byers making his way inside the ring. Shadow Jackson and Dany Only. Oh, man. Remember, there's no disqualification, John Johnson.
There is no disqualification in this one. Anything goes. It's falls count anywhere. And right now, Shadow Jackson bringing Stryknyn into the ring. The action's going to be able to be contained here for just at least a few moments.
I hope so.
As we take a look at all four men in the ring now. In this kind of contest, no disqualification, falls count anywhere. There are no tags. All four men are legal.
Wow. I was going to say, I don't envy us for having to call this action, but I certainly don't envy the officials here in this matchup as well. As you said, all four men legal. Look at that. Again, Stryknyn going back to biting Shadow Jackson on the top of his head. We kind of saw shades of that in War Games at Fright Night. And a big head of steam right there onto Shadow Jackson is Stryknyn, while we've got Dany Only and Nemesis working on each other right now. Big leg drop onto the back of Nemesis. Oh, wait, there goes the belt again. Whipping him under the back is Stryknyn.
The Urban Assault Squad and the Hate JunKies, both former Anarchy Tag Team Champions. All four men. Of course, we know Shadow Jackson, a former Anarchy Heavyweight Champion, has recently reunited with Nemesis after a long-standing feud between these two men that...
Wait a second, John Johnson, while you're talking, we've got Nemesis and Dany Only in the ring. However, more importantly, on the outside right now, Shadow Jackson and Stryknyn. Wait a second. Oh, man.
I don't know if you caught that in the ring, but Nemesis had Dany by his only.
Wow. Well, I know it looked like almost Shadow Jackson was trying to hang Stryknyn. He had Stryknyn's belt draped over and has cleared the front row here.
Almost a 2 count in the ring. Nemesis on Dany Only. And right now, Shadow Jackson has control of Stryknyn. Dany Only able to power out and take down Nemesis. Man. And right now, Stryknyn's also gained a little bit of an advantage over Shadow Jackson, ramming him into those rails outside the ring. Like we said, the action here, it's hard to follow because, I mean, you got all four men wrestling at once. It's all over the arena here. In fact, the falls count anywhere. The fall does not have to happen here in the NWA arena. I mean, you could go out onto 365 down the street here. They could go down to 441. They could go down to 985. They could go anywhere.
I'd feel a little more comfortable if someone moved my car. Certainly on the outside, you're absolutely right. They could go anywhere they want to go. And right now, Stryknyn's got a chair, wielding it. Oh, man, head first goes Dany Only in the hands of Shadow Jackson into the fencing here that we have under our Anarchy Wrestling banner. And the cameras are trying to keep up as best they can. I'm not sure if you're able to see that at home, but Shadow Jackson has got that belt. And again,
that's not a belt, that's the noose. Oh, you're
That's the
absolutely
news that the
right.
Urban Assault Squad brought out to the ring with them. A very heavy piece of rope and taking it right to the back of Dany Only, but Dany Only able to get the advantage on Shadow Jackson going downstairs.
And Nemesis rolls in Stryknyn into the ring while there's carnage on the outside. Nemesis and Stryknyn on the inside. Dany Only, man.
Dany Only.
Wait a second, the staff of righteousness right over the cross of Shadow Jackson while a 2 count is going on in the ring. Says referee Ken Wallace, using that staff.
All perfectly legal in this matchup.
You're absolutely right. Shadow Jackson's got the staff and able to inflict it right there on Dany Only.
I don't know if you caught that, but Dan Wilson handed Dany Only the staff because Dany Only was hurting himself, attacking Shadow Jackson out here on the floor. And Shadow's driving that staff right into the throat while Nemesis has Stryknyn inside the ring and sends him whipping across the corner.
And Stryknyn able to put the boots up to the face against Nemesis. It looks like Stryknyn's going to try and go for a cover. One, and Shadow Jackson breaking that pinfall attempt with the Staff of Righteousness. And now Shadow's in the ring and going to use that. Oh yeah, turnabout's fair play, it certainly seems. We all remember what happened at Fright Night in War Games. And we certainly know Stryknyn. Wow, looks like right there John Johnson, I don't know if you can tell, Stryknyn looks busted open.
And right now, I can't tell from my vantage point, but the one thing about this kind of matchup is you got, you talk about War Games. War Games changes lives. These kind of matches right here can alter your life. It's not as, it's not the same level of violence as War Games, but they're just as bad because the injuries can be worse because instead of being confined behind 4 walls, now you have an entire environment to injure somebody. And right now, figure 4.
Wait a second, it shows you the importance right there. The Dee Byers making a pinfall count on the outside of the ring, mind you. With the shoulders down, only able to get a 2 count.
John Johnson and Timmy D here. In case you just joined us, this is our feature contest this week on NWA Anarchy. It is a Falls Count Anywhere, no disqualification matchup with the Hate JunKies and the Urban Assault Squad.
And John, didn't you say that the Hate JunKies had ever been in a War Games before until Fright Night 2011?
That is correct.
Well, I tell you what, it certainly seems like this is their type of matchup. They haven't won this matchup before, and they wanted to have the deck stacked for them. However, if this is what a match where they typically win looks like, and the bodies littered everywhere, man, I hate to see the loser.
The chair right into the ankle of Shadow Jackson, the Achilles heel.
It's
taking that out.
Well documented over the span of several weeks here at Anarchy about Shadow Jackson's Achilles heel.
Like I said, it was back in December of 07 when that was injured. And right now,
you gotta be, no, don't do that with the chair. Oh no.
Nemesis is up though.
Nemesis definitely saving his partner from what could be unbelievable damage and permanent damage. Wow. Stryknyn off the apron.
One of the things that Dan Wilson said during his interview when he was talking to the Urban Assault Squad, more importantly Shadow Jackson, can you trust Nemesis? You don't know if you can trust him right there. That shows me that Shadow Jackson can trust Nemesis. Although, who's to say that's not part of Nemesis' master?
Well, I don't know. All that matters right now at the moment is that Nemesis was able to help Shadow Jackson. And right now, we've got bodies all here on the outside. Wow, and then Shadow Jackson just reversed it. Flip. Stryknyn into the wall here near our production area. And that looks like Dany Only going back to, again, try and work on that ankle. He knows. And that's exactly what he's going to try and do. Nemesis has been injured. Not really much help that he can do right now. And
the Indian Deathlock right there.
Holding
Dany Only. And I mean, the thing is, even though it's Falls Count Anywhere, that does mean pinfall or submission counts anywhere. And right now, Shadow Jackson doing the best he can to try to hold on. And looks like he had a handful of eye of Dany Only and rakes it out. Meanwhile, Stryknyn and Nemesis on the other end of the arena floor over here down, and both men searching for those answers. Both men trying to find that opportunity they need. In a match like this, it's all about the opportunity. It's all about taking advantage of the situation.
That's how you win these kind of matches. Yes, you've got all these weapons at your disposal. Yes, you've got this big, wide open environment to wrestle in. But the one thing you got to remember is being able to take those and make them work in your advantage. And right now, that's what the Hate JunKies and the Urban Assault Squad are trying to do. Where is the perfect advantage? Where's the perfect opportunity? And the question is, not where, but when is it?
I'll tell you what, Shadow Jackson, wow, just threw Stryknyn over the stairs here, the steel stairs, and now Shadow Jackson laying in on him right out of our vantage point here, but I think we've got our camera on that.
Wait a minute, Dany only just spit on Shadow Jackson.
I don't think that was too wise. Wow, he's certainly taking it to him, but at least it bought a little reprieve for his team member. And Stryknyn, wow, Dany only goes out. Shadow Jackson, the only one left in the ring. Stryknyn making his way in.
And Nemesis trying to find his way in. He's got a chair and looking to slide into the ring.
While Stryknyn trying to lay in those rights, but Nemesis with a chair all right across the back of Stryknyn. And that'll certainly stop any onslaught that Stryknyn was trying to do. Dany only pulling out the other half of the Hate JunKies. And again, it looks like Dany only trying to save and buy just a little bit of time for Stryknyn to recover. Oh, man. It kind of lulled him in there a little bit, able to get that chair and hit the top of the head of Shadow Jackson with that steel chair. And this plays right into the hands of the Hate JunKies.
And right now, keeping things here on the arena floor, right into the camera well, went Shadow Jackson. But like I said, you're keeping things now confined to the arena floor. You're not using as much of the space. You're not getting involved in the fans where, even though it is part of the match, but, getting involved in that sea of people can really disorient you. It's like being in a big crowd. Out here, now your focus is on who your opponent is. Your focus is on one of these, is on one of these two men on the opposite side. And right now, Ken Wallace over here had Nemesis' arm gone up twice. Had it gone down the third time, Nemesis would have been out, but he got Stryknyn right there. And right now, setting up those 4 chairs, setting up that steel coffin.
I don't know what's you've got to be kidding. Wait a minute, Shadow Jackson trying to put on the brakes here. Dany only trying to get the leverage. Shadow Jackson is gonna, man! The 1031. The 1031 right through the steel coffin, and Dany only could be out. This is the opportunity. This is what I'm talking about, taking advantage of those situations. Shadow Jackson can get over there and get a pin right now. This match could be over with, but instead, Stryknyn gets Shadow Jackson right from behind, a punch right to the back of the head, and that brings Nemesis on to take out Stryknyn. But that's exactly what we've been talking about, that cohesiveness of the Hate JunKies. Immediately, they sense when the other's in trouble. I don't know sometimes if that cohesiveness is there with the Urban Assault Squad. Some say it is, some say it isn't. But I tell you what, the Hate JunKies really help save right there. This is the opportunity
right here. Nemesis goes over to Dany only. You don't want to pick him up. Dany only is out on his feet. You should have gone for the pinfall right there, because if you give these guys too much of an opportunity.
Right up here, that was at the head again. Holy cow, Stryknyn, while Nemesis and Dany only fighting back and forth.
And right now, trying to get him up. And there was Dan Wilson trying to get Nemesis' attention.
Well, Reverend Dan Wilson certainly got some attention. Nemesis, the big body splash right there all the way onto Dany only.
That big senton from Nemesis.
Wait a minute. Wait a second.
That's the NWA Anarchy Heavyweight Champion Azrael has found himself into this match, and it's perfectly legal. It's perfectly legal, no disqualification. The stunner by Shadow Jackson in the ring.
Shadow rolling over to try and make the pin attempt, but Azrael breaking it right now. Azrael putting the boot to Shadow Jackson. And again, as I always say, the Anarchy Heavyweight Champion finds himself in an odd position, taking risk for that championship in a matchup such as this.
And Dany only fighting to get back to his feet here. Nemesis is still outside the ring here, now trying to get his wits about him. Doesn't have any idea that his partner's in peril. I mean, we're talking about, wait a minute, he's at that chair.
He's wielding up.
He's measuring up Nemesis.
Man, he got the chair right there. against Nemesis. Nemesis out. Meanwhile, we've got action in the ring. Azrael sliding out while Stryknyn laying it right to Shadow Jackson.
Oh, wait a minute. Dany only smiling about something. I'm not for sure exactly.
What are they doing here?
Whoa.
Wait a second. Azrael's got something in his hand.
Oh, this isn't a first time for Nemesis to have his hands tied behind his back.
Oh, John Johnson, give me a break. Wait a second. You're absolutely right. Dany only and Azrael working together, like you said, and it looks like he's got some type of ties, and he's got that on the arm of Nemesis. That it looks like they're tying him up here to the ring post.
This is like a home for the Urban Assault Squad, though.
Oh, what is going on here? And we've got, meanwhile, action in the ring.
I don't know if you're catching this. I don't even know if our cameraman's catching this, but they're not only tying the arms, but it looks like they're going for the legs. They got one leg.
Wait a second. Oh, no, you've got to be kidding me. No. Dany only with the chair. Come on, referees. I know there's no disqualification, but give me a break. Holy. Oh, my gosh. We've got both referees. There's action in the ring. There's chaos on the outside, and unfortunately, it's all legal here. Oh, man. That's what happens with no disqualification. Reverend Dan Wilson still out, the punishment being inflicted by his charges.
And right now, Shadow Jackson is fighting valiantly against all three of these men here. His partner has been tied up outside the ring post here and is out on his feet. I mean, after two very vicious chair shots to the head while leaned up against that ring post.
I don't even think Shadow Jackson's had a chance to see what's happened to Nemesis, to my vantage point. He's just fighting on instinct right now. They're setting him up at the Hate JunKies. Oh, the big spear. While the champ, Azrael on the top rope.
Oh, the big elbow. This could be it for Shadow Jackson here.
Wait a second, two and three. 3 men on Shadow Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the Hate JunKies.
I just want to let the record state, the Hate JunKies did win this match, but it took 3 men to be able to put out Shadow Jackson.
It took 3 men to put out Shadow Jackson, but Dany only puts Nemesis out. Now, wait a minute. They got the Urban Assault Squad suits.
Wait a second. Hey, he just grabbed my water. Oh, come on now. The match is over.
Hold on. They woke Nemesis up. Look at this now. They have that staff of righteousness right around his neck.
Oh, and he's having to endure and watch this at the hands of what they're doing in the ring to Shadow Jackson. And look at this. Reverend Dan Wilson using that staff. Oh my gosh, they've got... Oh, they're hanging him. Oh my... Wait a second, Franklin Dove out. Good, this needs to be stopped.
Franklin Dove, he ran away.
They should be fined. They should be fired from Anarchy. This is not competition. This is not sportsmanship. Wait a second. Lady Ray Chase making his way out, as well as some of the others from the locker room. Clearing house. After Franklin Dove ran in the back to try and get some type of order here. Nemesis still tied up. Slim J trying to get him out. Some of our staff here trying to untie him with those ties.
We have a serious situation here. Fans for Timmy D, Brett Wolverton, John the Body Johnson. We'll see you next week.